Hello everyone, our group topic is marine pollution. Marine pollution is a significant environmental issue that affects the health and the sustainability of our oceans. It has been a growing concern since the Industrial Revolution, as human activities have increasingly impacted the marine environment. Every year, 100 million marine animals die from plastic waste. Nearly 1,000 species of marine animals are affected by marine pollution, and more than 500 sites have been recorded as dead zones. By 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. We make 300 million tons of plastic every year, 50% of which is disposable. In the last decade, we have made more plastics than in the last century. Every year, 8.3 million tons of garbage enter the ocean. Of course, of this, 236,000 tons are microplastics that marine organisms mistakenly think are food. A total of 269,000 tons of garbage floated on the surface of the sea. In October, the United Nations Environment Programme (UNEP) released its latest assessment report, From Pollution to Solution, a global assessment of marine litter and plastic pollution. According to the report, there are still about 75 million to 199 million tons of plastic waste in the ocean, accounting for 85% of the total weight of marine litter. Without effective interventions, the amount of plastic waste entering aquatic ecosystems is expected to nearly triple to 23 million to 37 million tons per year by 2040. Therefore, it is urgent to solve the problem of marine pollution. Our topic is divided into 6 parts. Part 1 is Introduction to understand foundational concepts and the importance of marine ecosystems. The second one is Understanding Pollutants, a detailed examination of marine pollutant types and their sources. The third part is the Impact on Marine Pollution, which talk about an analysis of pollution effects on marine environment. In the fourth part, we will discuss about how to solve the problem of ocean pollution control. Part 5, our group analyzed the successful cases of its control in 2 countries to get better comprehensions. Part 6 is a conclusion, calling on everyone to start from small things to protect the ocean. Before we dive into these sections, I'd like to show you a video that explains the severity of marine pollution.
Plastic pollution is killing wildlife and devastating the ocean. Whales, turtles, and seabirds are choking on plastic. We can't let this happen. We must defend the laws that stop plastic pollution and hold big plastic accountable. Plastic pollution is deadly to wildlife, to the ocean, and to the planet.
Oceanographers say it could happen overnight.
How is it that you can wake up one morning and suddenly see your entire beach covered in trash and plastic? The last stretch of the plastic ending up on the shoreline is the tides. But before that, it's been the winds, it's been the currents, turbulence in the ocean that move plastic.
And the problem starts miles from the sea. So how does this plastic end up in our oceans?
Well, here, standing on the banks of the River Thames, I think you have your answer. Rivers are the conduits of land-based pollution to the ocean. What we do on land ends up in the ocean.
And if we don't stop that plastic from getting into the ocean again, then we can try and clean it up, but it's like mopping with the tap open. It just doesn't help.
Now let's talk about the first part, introduction. Number 1 is what is marine pollution. Marine pollution happens when harmful substances get into our ocean because of human activities. Things like plastic trash and chemicals in the water harm sea life, affect human health, and damage ocean environments. Our ocean face many threats. Every year, factories drop waste into the water. Farms release chemicals that flow into the sea. People throw away plastics that ends up in the ocean. Ships sometimes leak oil. Cities release untreated sewage. All these pollutants stay in the ocean for a long time. This pollution hurts all sea life, from tiny organisms you can't see in large whales. It damages important ocean areas like coral reefs, wetland near the coast, and deep part of the sea. This harms the natural balance that sea life needs to survive. Oceans cover most of our Earth, and we need them to survive. They control our climate, provide homes for many species, and feed billions of people. That's why ocean pollution is such a big problem that we need to fix right away by working together. Number 2 is the importance of marine ecosystems. The first one is Earth's vital surface. Our ocean covers 51% of Earth's surface, playing a crucial role in the chemical and biological balance of life on our planet. The second one is marine biodiversity. Marine ecosystems provide essential habitats for countless species of fish, mammals, and corals, sustaining Earth's biodiversity. The last one is human impact. It is the most important part, because humans are the masters of the planet. Ocean pollution is mainly caused by human activities, and our oceans are facing an unprecedented threat. Pollution is destroying these vast ecosystems. Human activities have severely degraded ocean health through pollution. Harmful substances like organic rings, pesticides, and PCBs accumulate in marine life and move up the food chain, leading to reproductive disorders. The second part is types and the sources of pollution. Pollutants. Pollutants are materials that cause pollution. The following are the major pollutants that contribute to marine pollution: sewage, pesticide, plastic waste, metallic waste, and oil. These pollutants remain in the ocean for decades, threatening marine life from microscopic plankton to giant whales. Coral reefs, coastal wetlands, and the deep sea suffer, disrupting ecosystems essential for survival. Let's talk about the sewage first. One is the direct sewage discharge. Sewage enters marine environments through direct drainage from coastal areas and inland towns, while ships may also discharge water at sea. 2 is the eutrophication effect. Excess nutrients from sewage cause algal blooms and eutrophication, leading to the deoxygenation of water. 3 is the health and environmental impact. Sewage pollution creates fuel deposits, reduces water salinity, and introduces harmful bacteria and toxic residues into marine ecosystems. Next is the pesticides. Pesticides are chemical active compounds used to eliminate pests. They enter the ocean through multiple pathways: the atmosphere following aerial sparring, overland runoff of sparred area, and international dumped into the sea. They also directly affect the marine food chain. These chemicals become increasingly concentrated in marine organisms, including fish, seagulls, seals, penguins, and plankton. PCBs, polychlorinated bifolios, has been found to have serious effects on aquatic animals' reproductive cycles. They are known to cause skin lesions, immune system suppression, kidney damage, weight loss, and tumor formation in adults. The third is plastic waste. Number one is scale of the crisis. The mass of plastic in our ocean may exceed 100 million metric tons, creating vast areas of floating debris. Number two is mistaken for food. Many marine animals consume plastic debris by mistake, as it resembles their natural prey in the water. Number three is internal damage. Plastic debris can become permanently locked in animals' digestive tracts, leading to starvation or infection. Number four is entanglement dangers. Abundant fishing nets and plastic debris entangle marine creatures, restricting movement and often leading to serious injury or death. The fourth part is metallic waste. They are also divided into four small sections: common metallic pollutants, entry pathways, accumulation in marine life, and human health impact. First of all, heavy metals like mercury, lead, nickel, arsenic, and sodium are toxic even in low concentrations. These elements have high density and pose serious environmental risk. Secondly, on the one hand, metallic waste enter marine environments through natural weathering of the Earth's crust, river discharge, atmospheric deposition, and oil spills. On the other hand, antifoam boat paint is another major source in coastal waste. Third, these toxic metals accumulate in the tissue of aquatic species throughout the food chain, becoming increasingly concentrated in larger organisms. At last, when humans consume contaminated seafood, these metals can severely affect the nervous system, kidneys, brain, and respiratory system, potentially lead to fatal conditions. The last one is oil. Here are the four subheadings. The first one is maritime operations, cargo tanker washing, boat pumping, and oil waste discharge from vessels are major source of marine oil pollution. Port conditions during import operations also contribute significantly. The second one is offshore accident. Blowout from wells, drilling, mud disposal, and the damage to offshore drilling rigs can release substantial amounts of oil. Pipeline leakage pose additional risk to marine environments. The third one is coastal industrial resource. Oil refines the oil fields near coastlines, contribute to marine pollution through operational waste discharge and industrial runoff. The last one is complex pollution. Oil spills frequently mixed with urban sewage, plastics, pesticides, and toxic compounds, creating complex pollution scenarios that are particularly challenging to address. So, what about the effects? Marine pollution affects ocean life through various interconnected mechanisms that damage marine ecosystems. First of all, the oxygen depletion. Non-decomposing waste reduced oxygen levels in water, directly threatening marine life, including sharks, penguins, whales, dolphins, turtles, and seals. Second, the disturbed food chain that agricultural and industrial waste containing pesticides and chemicals accumulates in smaller organisms, affecting the entire marine food chain when larger animals consume contaminated prey. Last, toxin effect. Accumulated toxin cause devastating health issue in marine life, including cancer, tissue damage, organ failure, and behavioral changes, frequently leading to death. And how about effects on marine life? For the one thing is reproductive system damage. Industrial and agricultural chemistry severely damage the reproductive system of marine species, threatening their ability to reproductive and maintain health populations. For another thing is coral reef deterioration. Oil spills prevent sunlight from reaching oceanic plants, disrupting photosynthesis and damaging delicate coral reef ecosystems. What should we do? Our oceans are the lifeblood of our planet, covering over 70% of Earth's surface and generating more than half of the world's oxygen. These vast bodies of water not only support billions of people through fishing and maritime commerce, but also regulate our climate and house an extraordinary diversity of life. While oceans have shown remarkable resilience throughout history, they now face unprecedented threats from pollution that requiring immediate, collective action to ensure their preservation for future generations. Here are some practical measures in order to solve the problem of marine pollution. The first one is use a reusable bottle. Part 1 is 450 plus years to degrade. Plastic bottles can take between 450 to 1,000 years to completely biodegrade. These bottles accumulate in massive quantities in our oceans and on beaches, creating lasting damage to marine environments. Part 2 is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This colossal floating mass of plastic now measures 3 times the size of France. Similar garbage patches exist in the Atlantic and Indian Ocean, affecting marine life worldwide. Part 3 is impact on marine life. Marine animals mistake plastic for food with tragic consequences. One oboe was found with 190 bottle caps in its stomach, while a sperm whale died from a bottle clogging in intestine. The second one is refuse disposable utensils. Number 1 which is the convenience trap. How often have you received a plastic wrapped set of utensils at a restaurant, or reached for plastic forks from your office drawer when you forgot your reusable ones? It is convenient, but the environmental cost is too high. Number 2, which is the shocking numbers. Each year, 6 million tons of non-durable plastic are discarded globally. This includes plastic utilized packaging, trash bag, and cups that ultimately damage our oceans. What an astonishing statistic. Therefore, we should pay more attention to the problem of marine pollution. Number 3 is take action today. While major initiatives are underway to clean our oceans and improve recycling systems, individual actions matter. By refusing single-use utensils, you can help stop plastic waste at its source and protect our oceans. The third one, which is recycle properly. Recycling helps conserve natural resources and improve our environment. Here's how you can make a difference. First, sort different materials. Paper, plastic, metal, glass, electronics, and even furniture can all be recycled through proper channels. Second, shop smart. You may choose easily recyclable products like glass straws and tin cans when shopping at a supermarket. Third, look for recycled products. You can check labels for products made from recycled materials to support sustainable manufacturing. Last, set up recycling stations. You should create dedicated recycling areas at home and avoid purchasing hazardous materials. The first one, which is beach cleanup. Everyone can help. One is bring a trash bag. Pack an extra bag with your beach gear to collect waste while enjoying your day at the beach. It's a simple task the whole family can participate in. 2 is clean as you go. When you spot litter on the beach, take a moment to pick it up. Every piece of trash removed helps protect marine life and keeps the beach beautiful. 3 is use designated areas. Eat meals in established picnic area to prevent food and trash from spreading across the sand. 4 is help with wind blown trash. Sometimes trash appears accidentally or gets blown in by the wind. By picking it up, you can help maintain a clean beach for everyone to enjoy. The fifth one, which is reduce energy use. Reduce our energy consumptions helps protect marine ecosystems by lowering ocean temperature and reducing the acidification that threatens marine life. The first section is choose eco-friendly transportations. You can ride a bike, walk, or use public transportations to reduce your carbon footprint and protect our oceans. The second section is use effective appliance. You should install energy efficient appliances and remember to turn them off when not in use to minimize energy waste. The third section is smart temperature control. Please try to adjust your thermostat a few degrees, higher in summer and lower in winter, to reduce energy consumption. The last one is switch to LED lighting. You can use energy-efficient LED or compact fluorescent light bulbs throughout your home to reduce electricity use. The sixth one, which is use less fertilizer, impact on marine life. One is excess fertilizer application. Agricultural and gardening activities often use nitrogen and phosphorus-rich fertilizers, which excess amounts washing away into waterways. Two is the downstream effect. Fertilizer runoff flow downstream into coastal waters, leading to excessive algal growth that consumes oxygen when decomposing. Last is creation of dead zones. This process, called eutrophication, has created 405 dead zones worldwide where marine life must flee or die due to lack of oxygen. The seventh one, which means to avoid products containing microbeads. The first small section is what are microbeads. Microbeads are tiny plastic particles found in personal care products that have become major ocean pollutants. The second small section is where are they found. They can be found commonly in face scrubbings, toothpaste, and body wash products, and have been detected in oceans worldwide, including Arctic sea ice. The last small section is how to avoid them. Please remember to check ingredient labels carefully and avoid products containing polyethylene and hyperpropylene. Okay, the last one, called buy ocean-friendly products. Choose plant-based alternative in cosmetics. Select sustainably sourced jewelry materials and look for products with environmentally responsible production methods. Do not buy harmful products because some cosmetics contains shark squalene, drive unsustainable fishing practice, and jewelry also made from coral or sea turtle shell harms endangered species. If we do not do this, the marine pollution will get worse and worse. So, there are the measures on how to solve the problem of marine pollution. In fact, there have been some success cases around the world to manage the ocean pollution. For example, India has reduced oil pollution through strict legislation and contingency plans. Through ecological restoration, Japan has successfully transformed mining areas polluted by heavy metals into wetland reserves. These examples show us that the ocean can be restored if action is taken. In India, 1986 year, the legislation established strict penalties up to $1,200 and imprisonment up to 5 years for marine pollution violations. The act specifically categorized oil spills as hazard substance under Section 2E, mandating immediate reporting of any discharge exceeding 100 liters. Next, in 1996 year, the government implemented a plan referred as the National Oil Spill Disaster Contingency Plan, which created the Indian Coast Guard as the central coordinating authority with 3 response centers in Mumbai, Chennai, and Port Blair. Established a 4-tier response system based on spill size. Tier 1 up to 700 tons, Tier 2 700 to 1,000 tons, Tier 3 above 10,000, and Tier 4 catastrophic events. Last one was in 2050. India enhanced port requirements and plan revisions, which mandated all 13 major ports to maintain minimum equipment, 2 kilometers of inflatable booms, 10 oil skimmers with 180 kilometers per capita, and dispersant stockpiles of 10,000 liters required ports to conduct quarterly drills and maintain a 24-hour response teams of at least 20 trained persons. These three proposals have played a crucial role in tackling India's marine pollution over the years. How about Japan? Active mining period. The Ashin copper mine operations released toxic level of copper, zinc, and cadmium into the watershed, affecting over 100,000 residents. Peak copper concentrations reached 2.0 milligram per liter in river systems. In 1973, mining operations ceased. After nearly a century of operations, the Ashin copper mine closed and authorities began planning remediation efforts. And in 1989, the Waters Retarding Basin (WRB) project was initiated, covering 3,300 hectares around Lake Yanak to trap and contain heavy metals from the waterways river system. Copper concentrations in the river decreased dramatically to less than 0.1 milligram per liter, showing the success of remediant effects in 2000 year. Huge achievements have been made in the area of pollution reduction. Last was 2012, Environmental Transformation Period. The WRB was designed as a Ramsar Convention site, recognize its transformation from a pollution control facilities into a vital wetland ecosystems. Now let's wrap it up. Look at what all we are learned about the ocean pollution. Here are 3 key points we need to remember. Number 1 is environmental crisis. Our oceans are in trouble. Pollution is harming sea life, damaging important ecosystems, and affecting the ocean's ability to keep our planet health. Number 2 is economic and social impact. When oceans suffer, people suffer too. Pollution hurts fishing communities, affects tourism, and puts our food supply at risk. The last one is future generations. What we do today matters for tomorrow. The way we treat our ocean now will decide if our children will have healthy seas or in empty waters. Our oceans are in crisis. Pollution harms marine life, disrupting ecosystems, and threatens our future. Yet, success stories show restoration impossible with action. Addressing marine pollution requires a multifaceted approach involving international cooperation, government policies, technical innovations, and public engagement. By understanding the background and impact of marine pollution, we can work towards creating a healthier and more sustainable marine environment. We must act now. By working together and use the solutions we discussed, we can clean up our oceans and help them recover. Our world needs healthy oceans to survive. It's the responsibility of each of us, and the choices and actions of each of us can make a positive difference to the future of the ocean. And let's work together to protect the ocean for crystal clear water, abundant marine life, and the future of future generations. For protecting our oceans, together we can preserve marine ecosystems for future generations. For taking actions, every small step makes a difference in marine conservation. For making change possible, your commitment helps create a cleaner, healthier ocean. Let's commit to preserving this vital ecosystem. All of the above is the result of our group's report. Thank you for listening.